and good afternoon. I would like to welcome everyone to the 2020 Military Recognition Ceremony. It's hosted by the Veterans Alumni Council, and by introduction, I am Keith June. I'm the chair of the Veterans Alumni Council, and I would like to welcome our graduates and our veterans, their guests and families. I would also like to extend a special welcome to our president and guest speaker today, President Robert Caslen. I think everybody is very familiar with President Caslen. Just a couple of introductory remarks. First, sir, thank you very much for joining us today. I know how busy things must be. President Caslen is a 1975 graduate of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. He played center on the West Point football team. I'm not sure how many people actually know that. But President Caslen joined us last year. He had a long and distinguished military career, culminating as the superintendent at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. We are honored, we are blessed, and very lucky to have as our president a veteran, a retired soldier, a retired senior general, and someone who truly embodies the Gamecock and the Gamecock spirit. So, sir, thank you very much for joining us, and I'll turn the floor to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Keith. I really appreciate it. It's great to be with you all. It's great to be with all of you, all the veterans that are graduating, and all our ROTC students that are graduating as well. And, you know, as I thought a lot about what I would share with you all, I really have two separate messages, one for our ROTC students and then one for our veterans. You all are very special. Whether you have served or you're about to serve, the fact that you have made a decision to serve your country distinctly puts you in a totally different category of men and women who have the character, the selflessness, the honor, the integrity to be able to stand in the gap to protect our nation against that would threaten our values and what our nation's all about. Those of you who have stood in the gap and have served, those of you that are about to, all of you could have easily opted for a safer existence, but the fact that you have chosen to serve your country distinctly marks you as a man and woman of incredible character, selflessness, duty, honor, integrity, the values that we think are so tremendously important in service. You have exemplified them. And you all, and those of you who are veterans, I mean, you've all been over to Iraq, Afghanistan, and elsewhere. You've been in those places, and you know the challenges and the issues that are out there. And yet you decided to still serve your country. And, you know, it really says a lot. Now that you're back here and you have elected to get an education and to use the benefits, the educational benefits that are afforded to you and to your family, I commend you. You know, when you stop and think about the history of men and women that have served their country and then gone back into education, my immediate thought goes to my own father, who was a World War II veteran and part of the greatest generation. And when, after the war, he came back to the United States, came back home, and he went and got his college degree. Then he got his master's degree, and he went into education himself. And he became a school principal. And because he was a school principal, he was committed to education. So he brought us all up. He was a first generation educated student, but he brought all of us up on the importance of what education is and how important it is. You, in my opinion, are the 9/11 generation, which is the next greatest generation. You have elected, you knew that our country was at war. Many of you had seen 9/11 occur. You had seen our country at war pretty much most of your life. And despite all the other options, like I said, that you had available, you had made the decision to serve your country. You did so honorably. And now you come back home and to get an education and to contribute with your education to the benefit of our state, our nation, our economy, our businesses, and you and your family is to me is just a mirror image of what the greatest generation had done many, many years ago. So I commend you. You know the school of hard knocks. You understand what it is to be in the crucible of some of these challenging situations. And then you have elected to come back, and now you have put your brain and your intellect through the school of hard knocks. And you understand intellectually how to be able to look at challenges and look at problems and look at some of the other circumstances that are out there and how to formulate responses, how to think through all of them methodically and to arrive at situations and answers and that are responsible, that gain trust and confidence, and that accelerate whatever business or association you're affiliated with to the next level. You understand leadership, you understand interpersonal relationships, and now you have the intellect to be able to solve the problems. All of that coupled together, you are indeed our next generation, our greatest generation. You have proven that on the battlefield. You have proven that standing in the gap to protect our country. And now you're going to prove that with your degree as you go into the corporate world or into the business world intellectually. So I'm so proud of you all. I mean, I could not be more excited about having the opportunity to talk to you all this afternoon and to congratulate all of you. Let me just say to the ROTC cadets, if I could, or midshipmen. First of all, let me just say congratulations on this incredible accomplishment, that not only have you earned your degree from the University of South Carolina, but also you have earned your commission. You know, I remember when I was commissioned and I earned my degree, it was one thing to have the pride of knowing that you received your degree, but I was equally so impressed with the fact that I paid the price in so many different ways to earn my commission, for the opportunity to serve my country. And those things together really are absolutely incredible. And as an ROTC cadet and midshipman, it's just a huge congratulations. But now that you have your commission, the greatest thrill is yet to come. Because when you sit down with the men and women who are going to be entrusted to your care, and you build that team, and you train them for every possible circumstance, that you lead from the front, that you share hardships, and you build that team where they look at you and they know and they trust you, that you have prepared them for every circumstance that they're going to face. And you look at them and you know that I trust these men and women. They were entrusted in my care. I did everything I could to prepare them for this mission that's pending and ahead. And I'm going to make sure that not only do we accomplish the mission, but I will do everything in my power to bring every single one of them back home to their families alive. May not always be the case, but you will do everything in your power to prepare for not only success in that mission, but so that they can come back home. And that's what they want. When they're on that airplane flying over there, they're going to look you in the eye. And they're going to know in their heart of hearts whether or not you paid the price and you prepared them for this mission. And they will have doubts or they will have complete trust and confidence. And my charge to you is to hold them to the highest standards, train them, prepare them physically and mentally to the highest standards, earn their trust. And when they're on that airplane looking at you, you know that they're in their heart of hearts saying, I thank God I got this lieutenant or this ensign to prepare me for this next mission. So be that leader. Be that leader that holds them to the highest standard. Be that leader that prepares them. Be that leader that prepares the price. Be that leader that's going to be a man and woman of incredible integrity. Because their trust in you is not only in their competence, their trust is in their understanding in how they observe you in character, the values that you possess, the ones that you have internalized, how you treat people, how you speak to people, how you speak to men and women of all different diverse backgrounds, how you bring them all together so that they're all value added, they're all trusted, they're all respected. And that's what they're going to expect. That's what they're going to want in you. The other piece of trust is not only the trust that your men and women are going to have in you and that your boss is going to have in you, but the other thing that's so tremendously important in the professional arms that you're about to walk into is the trust of the American people. Because the American people, you know, they look at our military and they live life fat, dumb, and happy. I'll never forget, I came home on one of my deployments from my R&R, and I went out to eat with my wife. And people were just drinking, having a blast, having a good time. And I know that American men and women were over there in Iraq and they were dying for their country. They were living horrible lives in the crucible of combat. And these people in America were having a blast, did not even have the faintest idea of what was going on. And for a while it bothered me. And then I came to the realization was that I'm glad they felt that way, because they trusted American soldiers and American military men and women enough so that they can live their lives as they choose and they don't have to worry and look over their shoulder. And when you have that degree of trust from the American people, and a lot of that trust is very personal, because when mom and dad entrust you, Lieutenant, Ensign, with the life of their son and daughter, that's a very special trust relationship. I'll never forget when I was heading over to the Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I was a battalion XO and I had a couple majors working for me, and or a couple captains working for me. And this mother of one of my captains who lived in Ohio, and I was in the 101st Fort Campbell, drove all the way. I mean, this is the day before we're going to deploy. She drove day and night just to get to see her son off to combat. But she not only wanted to see her son, she wanted to see me. And she said to me, I want to look you in the eye, Major Caslen. I want to see whether or not you have what it takes to lead my son in combat. And it was a humbling and a sobering comment. But the men and women in your care, when you become a lieutenant or an ensign, their moms and dads are going to think the exact same thing. Do you have what it takes to lead my son and daughter? I'm entrusting my son and daughter to your care. Do you have what it takes? And the fact that you're going to pin on that butter bar indicates that you do. Because this university, the United States Army, the United States service that you're going to be a part of, they have complete trust and confidence in you that you'll have what it takes and you'll do what's necessary. So don't ever doubt that you don't, because you do. And we already trust and know that you have. So we're so proud of y'all. I mean, the fact that you have made this choice, the fact that you have persevered, the path that you have made, that you are successful, congratulations. And to our veteran graduates who have sacrificed so much and now you have chosen to pursue education at the university, so many opportunities are now available to you. You have the skill set to succeed in every aspect of life that you choose. Congratulations on continuing your education, and you're going to be great. And if there's anything I, as your president, can ever do for you, write a letter recommendation, you name it, give me a call. I'm here at your service. Congratulations, men and women, very proud of you, and go Gamecocks. Thank you very much. Okay, Keith, back to you.
And Jared, are we at your part yet, or the names now?
Keith, I'll go ahead and take it. Mr. President, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing those remarks. I know it means a lot to all of us who will get this message. It really means a lot. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for your leadership as the president of the University of South Carolina. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for those of us who could join us and be with us. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you for your service. Whether you're a veteran who already served and is now entering the workforce and beginning your second career, or a commissioning cadet or midshipman who is preparing to embark on your career as an officer in the Army or Navy, we sincerely thank you for your selfless service to this great country. And also, congratulations on earning a degree and graduating from the University of South Carolina. It is a huge milestone, and we're all extremely proud of you for this accomplishment. For those of you who don't know, a little historical background. The Veterans Alumni Council was created in 2016 with the mission of uniting and organizing the military community at UofSC through 4 primary lines of effort. First is to build camaraderie throughout the Gamecock veteran and military community through enhanced engagement opportunities, as well as events. Granted, events have been slightly altered due to COVID, but we hope here in the next academic year, we'll get back to a more normal mode of operation for our events. Second is to recognize our Gamecock veterans and military community, as well as supporters and partners through scholarships, awards, and other educational opportunities. Number three is to connect our Gamecock vets with local and national VSOs to encourage community service and fellowship opportunities. And fourth, establish a unified voice for our veteran and military alumni to advocate for our entire military population here at the University of South Carolina. The Veterans Alumni Council is comprised of 15 board members, all veteran and military alum of the university, who are completely committed to your success and are here to help you however they can. So please don't be a stranger. For graduation events like this, to welcome the campus events that we've had historically, and to recently, earlier this year, endowing a Salute to Service Scholarship, which is the first scholarship that the university has for any and all veterans. And it was really a historic milestone for the Veterans Alumni Council to pull that off in really a year and a half. So they raised $25,000 in a year and a half to help our veteran community here at USC once they've exhausted all their educational benefits through the VA. So they are 100% committed through mentorship and other professional networking opportunities to ensure that you're successful once you graduate, while you're here at USC as a student, but also more importantly, once you graduate and you embark on your next mission, whatever that may be. This event, the Graduation Military Recognition Ceremony, was started in May of 2019 and has continued for each graduating class since then for both our fall and spring graduations. And that's true even in this virtual environment. And it's really just a small way for the VAC to say congrats and to give you something we hope you'll keep with you wherever your careers may take you. So we have two items that we'd like to present to you. The first is a red, white, and blue honor cord. See it right here. And the second is a commemorative Veterans Alumni Council challenge coin. So hopefully you can see it. And if you can't, it doesn't matter, because all of you are going to get one, whether that's at your commissioning ceremony or through the mail. But we'll be sure to get both the red, white, and blue honor cord as well as the commemorative challenge coin to you. And for those of you who don't know the historical context behind a challenge coin, I'll provide a very, very, very brief history lesson, because I imagine a lot of you do understand the significance behind it. But it actually initiated with the Roman Empire, and it was used, coins were given to recognize warriors for their excellence on the battlefield. And nowadays what you see is it's far more common for them to be used by commanding generals to recognize special achievements by members of their units. And then also what you see a lot of times is they can be exchanged and recognition of visits between organizations. And nowadays, quite frankly, you see them, they are used in far more than just the military community, but they do mean a lot to us. And so we want to make sure you get both the challenge coin as well as the red, white, and blue honor cords. So again, whether this is your 100th challenge coin or your first, we hope you'll take it and allow it to serve as a reminder of the Gamecock veteran and military community you have at USC, and that you're always a part of. And most importantly, know you always have a home at USC. I tell people all the time, I've said it multiple times, I'll say it again for the sake of repeating myself. Really everything that we've accomplished here at USC over the last 4 years, in a large part was the result of the creation of the Veteran Alumni Council and the spark they added and the momentum that board provided to really pushing us forward in creating the momentum we needed as a university to really enhance our entire commitment to the veteran and military community here at USC. And so we want you to be involved. We want you to be engaged. There's so much power and value behind a strong, engaged alumni group. So regardless of where you go, wherever your service may take you, for our vets, wherever your career may take you, please know you've always got a home at USC, especially now that we just had the unveiling, ribbon cutting for our brand new Veteran and Military Center of Excellence. We now have a physical location on campus where you can come and you can mentor, you can network, just get engaged however you choose to engage. But again, congratulations on your accomplishment and earning a degree at USC. Thank you for your service. And you always have a home at USC. So thank you. Keith, back to you.
Jared, thank you for that. Thank everybody for coming. At this time, I'm going to read the names of our commissioning officers, cadets, and our veteran graduates. This time, I'll start with the midshipmen who are being commissioned. Midshipman Katarina Crozier, Midshipman Hunter Ravel, Midshipman Nathaniel Howell, Midshipman Eric Esselman, Midshipman William Sickinger, and Midshipman William Pitts. So congratulations on graduation and commissioning. At this time, I will read the name of our veteran graduates. Stephen Bennett, Kayla Burks, April Cassidy, Toya Collins, Christopher Condon, Preston Corpus, Gabriella Coate, Nicole Estridge, Randolph Fordham, Jack Gallay, Ivan Gonaway, Eric Grabsky, Robert Herpel, Shaquan Jackson, Stephen Kaminsky, Ryan Lanahan, Lourdes Lepansuven, Jasmine Mamigan, Ryan Moore, Fiona Moore, Christopher Reiser, Matthew Robridge, Brian Sigler, Nikita Salavin, David Smith, Claiborne Theodore, Cynthia Weaver, Crystal White, Carlos Wood, Caitlin Wodacek. Again, congratulations to graduates. We wish you the very best. Thank you for joining us today. And I want to thank President Caslen again for taking time out of his schedule to join us. And as always, Jared, great job. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Veterans Alumni Council, we wish you and your families a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And as always, forever to thee, go Gamecocks. And that concludes today's ceremony. Thank you all for attending.